Hi, my name's Daryl, and just a quick video today on bypassing the auxiliary battery. So if you don't know, most Wrangler JLs have an auxiliary battery, and its primary function is to handle the auto stop start system. So basically when your engine gets turned off, the auxiliary battery will handle all the accessories that are running when your engine is off. And then when your engine turns back on again, then it kind of goes to sleep and your regular battery and your alternator handles all of those auxiliary functions. Now, I got a weird message in my instrument cluster saying that the auto stop start system was unavailable and that the auxiliary battery was charging. Then a little bit later, it had the same message, but it said basically to service the auto stop start system, which is a telltale sign that there's something going on with your batteries. Likely your auxiliary battery is going bad. Typically your auxiliary battery lasts a couple of years and then it's going to have to be replaced. There is a 3-year warranty on auxiliary batteries, so if it does fail within that 3-year time, take it back to your dealer and your dealer can replace it. They'll probably prorate it, but that's something that you can do. So when you get that message, it's really important that you don't ignore it. And the reason why is eventually your auxiliary battery, because it's failing, it's actually going to drain down your main battery and cause that to fail as well. So don't ignore that message. So you've got two choices. You could take it to the dealer or you could do it yourself and you can replace that auxiliary battery. But it kind of sucks because the auxiliary battery, I don't know which engineer thought this was a great idea, but they took that auxiliary battery, it's a lithium ion battery, and they put it underneath the fuse panel in the engine bay. And so you have to pull that fuse panel out or you have to get access to it from the wheel wells. So it's just awful. It takes a good amount of time to get in there. The other thing that you can do as opposed to just replacing that auxiliary battery is you can actually bypass it. And there's two things that you have to do. So let me show you how to do that. All right, so the first thing that we're going to need to do is pull a fuse. And there is a fuse number 42. So hopefully you can see that there. All right, so we're looking at the fuse panel here. And fuse number 42 is right there. That 10 amp fuse right there is the one that we need to pull. And so we can use the fuse puller that's provided. Actually in the kit, you take your fuse puller around that and then you just pull it out. And there we go. Okay, so part one is done. So the second part of this procedure is disconnecting the negative cable that goes to the auxiliary battery, and we need to disconnect it from this location right here. I think on some JLs, these two kind of might go back and forth between which one goes to the auxiliary battery and which one goes to the main battery. But I'm pretty sure it's this one right here that's on the post that we need to remove. So what we'll go ahead is we'll remove it and then we'll start the engine. If the engine starts and we have power, then that means we disconnected the auxiliary battery. So I'm just going to use a 13mm socket to go ahead and remove that. All right, so then we remove that. And probably what you're going to want to do is zip tie this somewhere that gets it out of the way, but lets you reconnect it if you really need to in the future. And then you also want to take your existing screw and probably just go ahead and put that back into place. That way it just doesn't disappear. So let me move it out of the way real quick here, and then we'll go ahead and start up the car just to make sure that it starts. And actually those warning messages should start to go away. All right, so let me give the car a start, see if we got lights and stuff. Yeah, started right up, so no problems. Let's see what kind of messages we get, if anything. So we don't have any stored messages. It looks like the auto stop start system still is not available. So that's kind of interesting. Might give it a couple of restarts and also maybe drive it around a little bit to see if that comes back to where it should be, but we'll see. But the auxiliary battery should be disconnected and should not be working anymore within the Jeep. All right, so I did disconnect the main battery, just kind of reset things. And once I did that and then restarted things up, then the auto start system came back with the auxiliary battery disconnected. And so yeah, it's, the auto start system is working again, but the auxiliary battery is disconnected. So at this point, you really need to, if you're going to leave it this way and not get it fixed at a dealer, you're going to probably want to disable the auto start system each time you use the car. So of course, to do that, you would simply just hit this button right here to disable the system, and then hit it again if you want the system to be enabled. So really, if you are choosing to disable the auxiliary battery, you shouldn't be using the start system because it's going to put extra load on your battery. So you need to disable it, unless you're really good at just remembering to disable it when you hit the button. But if you're like me and you sometimes forget, there's 3 different ways that you can disable the start system. There's a hood prong that you can actually remove, and that disables the system. It senses the hood's ajar and the start system doesn't work. The second way is with software and hardware by using a product like Taser, which does a lot more than just the start system, but that's an option. It's a little expensive. There's also another software product called the Smart Start device, and it's really nice. It remembers the last button that you pushed on the start-stop system. This is a cheap way of removing that auxiliary battery and the problems that are associated with it. And so I hope this really helps you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video again very soon.